Hello, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to Connections for Life. I'm Ted Pete.
I'm Chad Kuvo. I'm here to fix these meter sets. I couldn't find a wrench, so I brought my sledgehammer.
I'm Joe Surratt, and I don't think that is what we should be using to fix meter sets.
I didn't either.
All right. Well, as Ted said, Happy New Year, everybody. I know it's been a long couple of weeks. We're through the holidays, and now we get to start over. It's like one big race, right? we ran the marathon and we won, and now we get to run it again. So here we are, January.
That is literally what it feels like.
It is. Yeah. Just start another marathon. So
I mean, 2021 was like, I thought going at this rapid pace because I was so busy until
2020. You said
2020. Yeah, 2020 was going at this rapid pace until COVID hit, right? And then when COVID hit, initially it was like, oh my gosh, it's so slow. It's 2021.
I know.
Where did 9 months go?
Yeah, I read this really cool article, and I told Chad about it before, but I read this article that it seemed like the days were just clicking off so fast, and the time was just kind of happening, right? And I was like, well, why is that? We're not doing anything. And I read this article that said that people's minds remember time based on the memories that they create. When you're not forming new memories because you're not doing anything different, time just kind of disappears. It was an interesting article, but anyways, I thought I'd throw that out there.
Was there a lot of pictures in the article for you, Joe?
Yeah, mostly pictures. Pictures. Yeah, you know my style.
Well, that's why I asked. I'm like,
you know my style. So,
how was everyone's New Year? How was your New Year, Chad?
Mine was awesome. I spent the week in Jamaica between Christmas and New Year's. It was amazing.
If we could figure out how to blur things, I'd be showing you something right now.
You could just do it under the screen.
I already am. You can't see my hands. Yeah, I can't see my hands, Google.
It was an amazing time. It was well needed, especially with the kids. They had a great time. So it was amazing. I really can't say anything else.
Can I ask how the COVID restrictions and all that kind of stuff were?
Jamaica was a little bit more than actually coming back in our country. Coming back in our country, there wasn't one person that checked temperature. They didn't do anything coming back in the United States. It's like there is no global pandemic in U.S. customs. Jamaica was a little bit harder, but not even that much. But the U.S. was actually quite alarming coming back into our country during the time. I was actually alarmed by how little they did.
Were you alarmed?
What about while you were there?
I'm gonna get a little light on my head that goes off when I say alarmed.
I wish you would have that.
How were the restrictions there, Chad?
Not bad. Mask most places, but at the pool and stuff, it was pretty much a free for all. But if you leave the resort, come back in, they record all your data, record your temperature, things like that. So they really tried, is what I should say. The U.S. Customs side, not one attempt, stacked in there like sardines in line too.
Yeah, crazy.
It's strange.
How about you, Joe?
My experience was a little different than Chad's. I went to my living room. But no, it was okay. I'm ready to be back to work. I know that I'm a little different, cut from a different bit of cloth there. I don't really enjoy vacations and time off. You guys all know that. I like to work. So I'm back and I'm happy about that. And it was good. The kids had a good Christmas. I think they got everything they've ever asked for ever in their entire lives. So, and New Year's was, I think I was in bed by, I don't know, before the ball dropped for the 85 people in Times Square. So,
I'm pretty sure you were up though at 3 a.m. posting on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I go see, that's my schedule. I go to bed at 9, I get up at 1, and then I'm up till 6. Yeah. So that's kind of my new thing. My COVID sleeping pattern.
That's not new.
Yeah. No, 8 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
What about you, Teddy? What did you do?
Nothing real crazy. Christmas was very nice. We had quarantined ourselves pretty good so that we could go spend Christmas with my in-laws because my father-in-law is battling prostate cancer, and he has successfully battled it. He is cancer-free.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I just froze for a solid 15 seconds, flat froze.
We saw you.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, that's great, Teddy. That's good news, man. That's Happy New Year. That's a good news.
Very, very Happy New Year for us. Great news. So we went down there on Christmas, and then after that, we had New Year's was very quiet. Our son has done the same thing every year for I think 7 or 8 years now with his best friend. He goes and spends the night there and celebrates New Year's Eve there. And our daughter typically goes to my in-laws and spends New Year's Eve with Nanny and Papa, but Mom and Dad didn't have anything to do this year. So we got takeout. My wife and I watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Great show.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah.
You guys order Domino's and sat in the living room?
No, we got Asian. We got Asian takeout from one of our favorite places here. So it was good.
I like it.
Good.
It was really good.
Well, enough about us. I know.
It's
Yeah.
nice to be back here though.
Nobody cares about Nobody cares about what we did. We only care about what each other did.
I don't even care what I did.
So we what do we got going on here, guys? We're not going to bring a guest on again. I know that. But let's share with our audience here, I guess, some of our I'll say expectations and things we have going on for 2021 and what the future looks like for UPSCO and for connections and for us. Joe, why don't you give us a little input? What are you thinking there, buddy?
Wasn't ready.
What's new?
I don't know. 2020 was such a weird year. I mean, I had goals and expectations going into 2020 that kind of got put on hold. 2021 is kind of a reboot of that, and I think everybody's really just hopeful that with the vaccine and things like that, we can get out of this soon and get back to a little bit of normalcy. I don't think we're ever going to get back to what we used to be like, and if we do, it's going to be a while. There's just so many things and so many weird situational things going on now, and people are just kind of in a different place. But I mean, for the organization, I think I'm just excited to get back to work. I'm excited to start maybe getting some some of those conversations and some of those things done that we had expectations to do in 2020, and it kind of again got put on the side and on hold. I think we did before, but I just want to say thank you to our organization. UPSCO's been there for all of us, 100%. They haven't changed anything. We've been very fortunate to have what we have, and I think coming out of this, we're going to be a lot better, or as an organization and as a group, a sales group. So pretty happy about that. I know that there's a couple other things from the connection side. I don't know, Chad, if you want to talk about that, or
I'll just touch on one of them. I think 2021 is going to be. I mean, it's got to be better than 2020, right? It has to be. But 2020, honestly, 2020 wasn't all that bad for me or for us. It was definitely different, but I took a lot of positives out of it. Changed a lot of the way I live my life, the way I do things with my kids, the way all that. So, but as far as the organization Connections for Life, especially Connections for Life, we're gonna be launching our own website here shortly. Not sure exactly when yet, but it's going to be a good resource for pretty much every.
As soon as you can build it.
As soon as I do it. But it's going to be a good resource for all the interviews we've had, and probably we're just going to make it just a resource of information, and maybe get Joe to write some blogs on there and things like that to try and broaden our base a little bit. That's probably one of my bigger things coming out that I have to take care of for us. As far as the organization, I just think we're going to keep going, man. I think we had a really good year in a year that most people struggled a bit. I mean, we didn't hit our goals like we wanted to. However, we did good. So I think it's nowhere but up from here.
Yeah. As a company, we've definitely been blessed to be in an industry that is, I don't want to say pandemic proof, because it wasn't, but it was also not sending people to the unemployment line at the rates as many others were. And that's just a blessing and a huge positive on our end and our company's end.
One of the uniques, I don't mean to interrupt you, Ted, but I think one of the uniques about our industry, I just want to say this, is that like we have such good relationships with our customers and our customer base, right? That they didn't hang us out to dry when their work got pulled back. They stuck with their orders, and they held their commitments, and said, we're going to be there with you guys. And I think that was a big thing for us as an organization, but also for the industry as a whole. I think a lot of people got through it because the customers, we could rely on them, and they held up their end of the deal and helped get us through this. So, special shout out and thank you to them. So anyways, I didn't mean to hijack.
No, that's what this is. We're discussing what the future, what we're looking like, what we're hoping
absolutely
to 2021. I know I'm really excited. I've got some stuff that was, again, supposed to take place in 2020, but in 2021, our contractor division, which I have the dubious honor of being a big part of, so to speak, we've got some big plans. We've got some ideas that'll really help UPSCO. UPSCO is identified as one of the biggest areas of growth for us as an organization. So we're putting some resources into it. We're putting some personnel into it. And I'm excited to see what it holds. You know, we have a target in mind, and I'm a shooter, so to speak. So I want to make sure I aim at my target and get going. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think we all are. This year brings a lot of hope, and you know, I think more than any other year, when the calendar rolled from December 31st to January 1st, I think a lot of people are just ready to leave it in the dark or leave it behind, you know, and have more hope for 2021. And I just hope everybody, me personally, I hope everybody can achieve all of the things that they'd like to this year. One other thing I think we're going to be doing a little different on Connections, I just want to point this out, is we're going to kind of do some more product launch things like that. We haven't really done that. We have some new products that are going to be coming out, and some new manufacturers and vendors and some things coming out in the next few months that we're going to kind of talk about those a little bit more and do some more rollouts. So stay tuned for that. I think there's a lot of interesting, cool stuff that's coming out for that. And you guys will probably be pretty excited to get some more information about some things that are coming out in the industry that haven't ever existed before. So we're excited to be a part of that, and happy that we've been, given the opportunity to be a part of it. So other than that, I think that's it, boys. I don't think we need to, spend too much more time on this, but
why don't we next week our guest will be Tommy Houston.
Yes.
Who spent many years with Smith Blair, and now they're owned by Xylem, and he's the manager, I believe, of the division. That should be fun. He's a fun guy to talk to. Big personality. Has done some really, really cool stuff in his personal life, which could take up a majority of the time that we spend with him. It's pretty neat.
I know he had us all captivated when we talked to him.
Yeah, it was pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, excited to have Tom on for sure. Are we forgetting anything?
Probably.
Ooh.
Do you have one, Joe?
I always have one.
He always has one.
Gas back.
I always have one. This one's kind of cool.
I'm using my microphone. That's the other thing.
It does sound good too.
It does. Yeah.
So little shout out to Baltimore Gas and Electric here. Rembrandt Peale, who is a famous portrait painter, founded the first natural gas utility in Baltimore, USA in 1816 after using natural gas as an energy source to light an exhibit at his museum and gallery. Really? So Rembrandt Peale, Baltimore Gas reference. Yeah, I thought you guys would like that one.
Yes,
that's really cool.
It's cool.
I like that one.
It reminds me of like some of those movies like The Prestige or something like that, where you see someone like Nikola Tesla, who, as a former electrician, like people are like, oh,
it was Nikola
Edison, and I'm like, that guy's a crook. I like Tesla.
It's true though. It does, yeah.
With everything else, but
so Rembrandt Peale, there's a little shout out to you. For those of you that don't know,
I'm gonna write that down. I just want to look them up. That's interesting.
Yeah, please don't fact check.
Joe. Thanks, Joe. You surprised me on that one.
Yeah, I made up the whole thing, Chad. It's not even real.
Awesome.
Nobody watches this part of the show anyway, is what we normally do.
It was Bob Johnson. It was 1912, but
Pronounced Robert.
Yeah,
Robert.
So I think with that being said, everybody, thank you for the support of 2020, and we're ready to leave it in the dust and start 2021 new. We appreciate everybody's help, support, and we think that maybe there'll be another expo. We don't know. We're talking about that. We'll see. We got some ideas. I know Kubo's head's spinning. He writes a lot of notes, so we'll see what he comes up with. But
constantly.
Guys, make sure you tell me when to be there and where to be at.
A good. How about if we assign you to come up with one good idea?
Oh, I forgot one other thing. One last thing.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be actually coming out with some swag that we can actually give.
Oh yeah.
Right? We don't want to tell you yet. Don't. It's going to be something in the region of this area, but yeah, we're coming out with some cool things. We can't compete with Jim and James from Connections for Life, but we're going to do our best.
It's earplugs, right? It's earplugs, so people don't have to listen to us, right?
Earplugs and in a black screen to shut their computer and watch us. So we'll have some swag for everybody, for people that are interested and whatnot, to walk around with their junk on. So.
That is really good, but yeah, we can't compete with Jim and James because every morning my wife and I have our coffee together, and she drinks out of her Jim and James coffee mug, and she's like, "This is my favorite coffee mug. I want you to know this. Like, I don't like any other coffee mugs in our house."
Shameless plug for the boys.
Plug. There they are.
You're up, fellas.
All right. Hey, without further ado, we're gonna let you go. We thank you guys so much for making 2020 great. 2021 is going to be even better, and we look forward to what the future holds.
Absolutely.